Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Freelance Friday podcast. Whether you're tuning in because you want to sell a knowledge product like a course or other digital product, or if you're looking to generate leads for your service-based business, chances are having an email list can certainly help. For me personally, email has been one of the number one strategies that I use to sell my digital products. And it's also helped with just allowing me to show up regularly for my audience and build relationships with people who eventually go on to become full service marketing or coaching clients as well. So it's extremely valuable. And today I want to share with you exactly how I've been able to build up my email list to over 30,000 subscribers using totally organic strategies, meaning I haven't paid for ads to drive to the email list. I haven't bought any emails or anything sketchy like that. It's been totally organic, and you can certainly do it too. Oh, and today's episode is actually sponsored by Flowdesk, which I could not be more excited to say because Flowdesk is my email service provider. I switched over to Flowdesk, I think a couple years ago now, and it's one of the best decisions that I've made for my business. It is super flexible, super sleek. One of my favorite things about Flowdesk is that they offer you unlimited forms, unlimited subscribers. This is huge. Unlimited transactions and so much more. I just wasn't finding that with a lot of other email service providers, and it was becoming challenging because I was actually getting penalized for having a large list. Flowdesk actually grows with me and supports me and my business's growth. And the cost for Flowdesk is way less than you would pay for someone to custom design your emails, but they look so good. They are so pretty and just aesthetically pleasing. And when you're building a business, you want to make sure that your emails, follow along with your brand and look good and are appealing. So I love them for that. I'm going to leave a link for Flowdesk in the show notes if you want to check them out, but I'll get into a little bit more details of how I actually use the tool throughout this episode. Okay, so here's the secret. Here is how I've been able to build my email list. It is by using a lead magnet. A lead magnet, in short, is a digital product that you don't sell for money. Instead, you offer that digital product in exchange for somebody's email address. And listen, I don't look at this as like a free product per se, because emails are extremely valuable and people know that. I don't give my email address to just anybody. There are some websites I go to that I'm like, I am just going to get spammed forever if I enter my email address in. So it still requires some element of trust, if you will. And so because of this, your lead magnet has to be something that is high quality, that's appealing, that people are actually going to want. Keep that in mind. So my lead magnet that I have used over the past, I think, couple years, I would say, is a short ebook. It's about 10 to 15 pages of text that explains step-by-step how to become a social media manager. This ebook took me, a couple of days to put together, to write all the content, to format it correctly, and it has been responsible for the large majority of those 30,000 subscribers for sure. But maybe writing isn't really your thing. That's okay. That's not the only type of lead magnet that's available to create. You could create a video lead magnet, an audio lead magnet, like a secret podcast or a video course, for example. You could create just a one-page lead magnet. Maybe you're not up to writing 10 or 15 pages, but you could write a one-page checklist or a one-page recipe or workout schedule or whatever it is that you do. Just make sure that it's something that is applicable to what you talk about and the paid service or product that you will eventually provide them. Make sure that you don't make these just fluff though, because we can all Google for like a simple worksheet or just a lower quality blog post to get the basic information. You really want to make sure that your lead magnet does give, that it does take people to that next level. It might not take them A to Z. That might be for your course or service, but it should take them, A to B or A to C. It should get them up a level and really provide some value to them. I really packed my lead magnet with resources. It has a ton of links to places where people can learn more, not just on my own website, but on other resources as well. And at the end, I also include a special offer. I saw this for the first time on a lead magnet that I downloaded from a coach or something. And I thought it was really smart what she did. I can't remember what exactly she offered, but she did offer like one of her services discounted, or maybe it was a free call or something like that. But definitely use that space in the lead magnet itself to give something away. For me and my lead magnet, what I do is I offer a bundle that I don't normally offer. So it's kind of like a hidden product, which is fun because only the people who download it have access to that. For you, it could be a free call. I did do that for a while until I started to get a lot of downloads on my lead magnet. And obviously I couldn't accommodate, 3 free calls a day. But if you're early in your business, that can be a great thing to do, is say, get a free discovery call, get a free strategy call with me, that kind of thing. So just think through what you're good at, what you have available to discount or include as a bonus, or how much time you have, and make sure to use that space within the lead magnet itself. Now, once you have your lead magnet built, here's the part that starts to get a little bit techy. So stick with me. And if you are listening on the audio only, you might want to switch over to video, because I will screen share a little bit of this for you as well. So first up, what you need to do is create an email list. In Flowdesk, you're just going to go over to your audiences section and create a new segment. Then you'll click on new segment and you can call it whatever. This is really just for you. So you could call it, ebook downloads, starter kit, I think is what mine is called, because it's for the social media starter kit, etc. Then from there, you need to actually get people on to that email list. And the way that you likely will do this is by creating a form. A form is kind of just a fancy word for like a web page or a landing page on Flowdesk. Flowdesk has a ton, again, really beautiful templates for you to select from without having to do any code, any design work yourself. It's really plug and play. If you can edit a document, you can edit a Flowdesk form for sure. And you'll just go over to the forms section, choose a template that you like. I like to have the full page templates there, but you can also do things like pop-ups if you want to embed it over onto your website, and you can do both too. I don't use pop-ups in my website currently, so I just link out to the full page form. So choose that, you'll choose your template, you'll customize all of your information. You also need to connect your form to a segment. So you're going to choose that segment that you just set up. And now anybody who signs up on this form will automatically get put into that email segment. Give some nice detail on what they're going to get. Hey, download this free ebook checklist. Here's why. Again, you want to make sure that you are like incentivizing people to download it. People are going to click out if you're just saying this is a basic checklist. So give a little bit of information about that, and then choose which form fields you want people to complete in order to download them. I like to keep it simple because I know that a lot of people are tuning in or visiting me from mobile and they don't have a lot of time. Also my target audience is entrepreneurs or people who want to become entrepreneurs. So they typically don't have all the time in the world to just sit and hang out and write their whole life story into a form. So I like to keep it really simple to just name an email. I would say if you are a service provider and you are, a little bit more picky about who you're actually going to follow up with and try to sell your services to, it might be worth adding a few more pre-qualifying questions to your form if that's important to you, if you want to know what type of business they are or anything like that. But it's all very customizable in Flowdesk. And now the last thing for you to do is actually deliver the lead magnet. So here's how that works, because obviously when you're first starting out, if you're just getting, one a day or something like that, sure, in theory, you could manually send those out. But you want it to be automated, right? We've all probably downloaded free things, free lead magnets. We don't want to sit around waiting for that ebook to come to us. We want it immediately. So the way that you do that is by using workflows. Workflows are also available in Flowdesk. And again, you get unlimited workflows, which is really cool. So you'll just go to the workflows section. And this is where you start building out your workflow. You build out the sequence of emails that people are going to get once they join an email list. So first things first, you're of course going to want to have that actual lead magnet delivery email. I keep these really short and sweet, like, hey, here's your freebie. This is what you requested. Go ahead and download it and start reading. I don't want this email to be too wordy or too salesy or even salesy at all, because the point is I want them to read the content. I want them to get value from the content. And then I want them to get to that last page where that special offer is. Or if they close out before they get to the last page, that's okay, because I'm going to follow up with future emails for them as well. I'll talk about that in a second, but keep the email content short and sweet. You'll just want to make sure that you embed your lead magnet into that email, which you can do through Flowdesk. You could also link out to it if it was like a private podcast or a free course or something that's unlisted and hosted on a third party. You could also just leave that link within the Flowdesk email. So if you went ahead and published everything as is, you got your audience, you got your form, and you've got your workflow and that one email that delivers the lead magnet, you have successfully delivered a lead magnet and can successfully start building an email list. In theory, that's all you need to start collecting emails, but you might want to take it a step further and actually nurture that email list and build that relationship a little bit more. So here's exactly how I do that. So I don't just stop at that lead magnet delivery. I then go through that workflow and add some type of a delay. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's a few hours. And then I build out what's called a welcome sequence. So I welcome people to my email list, in short. And I send them a series of a few different emails that tells them a little bit about who I am and, what they just downloaded, maybe some next steps to put that into action. I may offer them that offer that was in the lead magnet, again, just in case they didn't see it or they weren't sure about it in the moment. Maybe the second email is sharing some details on that. This is a great place to add social proof. Testimonials are really powerful if you have client testimonials, student testimonials, if you want to highlight any case studies of brands that you've worked with in the past. All of that can be really great to do in this welcome sequence because you're basically trying to woo them. You're trying to tell your audience who you are and what you have to offer them and how they can take things to the next level with you and your services or products. I usually keep my welcome sequences kind of short. Like I give them a few emails, maybe 5 or 6 emails that give a good amount of information. And then as the final step in my workflow, I add a condition that adds anybody who's opened that last email onto my newsletter list. Now, once you actually get emails onto your list, it's super important that you make use of them, that you keep that list active. And you heard me mention my newsletter. Well, that's exactly how I do that. I started out by sending 1 email a week, and I've actually upped it to 2 emails a week, which go alongside my YouTube schedule. So I post on Mondays and Fridays. So I send a newsletter on Monday and Friday as well. Starting with 1 a week is a great place. Even if you do a bi-weekly newsletter, if 1 is too much to start with, just do something, have some type of connection point on a semi-regular basis for your audience. It's just like anything else in the social or content world. It's just going to help them stay more connected to you, know what to expect out of you, look forward to those emails, and, continue to be nurtured and warmed up so that whenever you do have a launch or something to sell, they are here for it. For newsletter content, I started just by repurposing my top performing content, my videos in particular. I would just go to my YouTube channel, go to popular, and I would transcribe those most popular videos into text posts and just edit the text posts, clean it up a little bit, and boom, we'd have newsletters scheduled out. Now I do them a little bit more, almost like blog posts. I kind of share little updates about my life and business within them. I'll share things that I'm loving, things that I've read or listened to lately that I enjoy, and of course, the weekly video. But again, the key here is that it still is valuable. I don't want to take up people's email inbox space. I don't want to take up people's time with just rambling on about nothing. I want people to be like, I look forward to this email every week. And I have got people who have said that, which is amazing because it used to be something that I always dreaded or like I was being kind of intrusive or annoying with. But if you just really add that personality, you add value, I think people will really enjoy it. Of course, I do use Flowdesk for my newsletters as well, and they have that same sleek designer look. You can use different templates in your email newsletters just like you can for your workflows and forms. I definitely think that impacts, how much people enjoy them. I've also found that Flowdesk, I don't know what it is, but ever since I moved over to Flowdesk, my open rates have just been so much higher. One thing that they do have is analytics, and it's really important to, just like any other social platform, just like anything else, you know what I'm going to tell you is to go in and look at your analytics maybe once a month and just see how did the emails this month perform. And you can kind of start to look for some trends. Did we have a particular subject line formula that seems to be really working? Do people like it when we put emojis in the subject line, or do people like it when we're a little bit more, witty with our subject lines, etc.? You can also see your click rate. So how often people are clicking through to your videos or your offers and things like that. This is really helpful for me because, of course, it just helps me plan what types of newsletters I'm going to send out in the future. And of course, what types of workflow emails I'm going to send out for future lead magnets and things like that as well. All right, so you know how to create one. Now, how do you actually get people onto it? For me, I have really and truly built my list just by producing YouTube content. That is the number one place where I share my lead magnet, is just in the description box of my YouTube videos. And I think I probably mentioned it the first few weeks that I had it out into the world, but after that, I kind of just leave it there. And the people who are really interested in what I have to say, the people who really took value away from my video, naturally, they're going to go into the description box. That's what I do as a viewer. When I really enjoy something somebody's saying, I want to find them everywhere. I want to find out everything about them too. So you really don't have to push it that hard if you are creating good content. Same thing if you are maybe a blogger. If you're creating good, high quality blogs, just add a little button at the end of all of your blog posts, or add a link at the end of your blog posts that encourages people to sign up and download. If your website already has a good amount of organic traffic coming in, either from search or if you're running ads or whatever, you can add a pop-up to your lead magnet. Again, you can do that using Flowdesk forms if you want to, or you can just add like a little block, at the top or bottom of your page somewhere. I think I have a button on the Online Business Launch Lab website linking over to this lead magnet. It doesn't get quite as many signups as my YouTube videos do, but it is something. So if somebody goes there, they still know that they can get a freebie if they're not ready to purchase something. So those are all ways that you could promote yours. If you don't have content yet, well, you know me. Well, maybe you don't. Hi, I'm Latasha and I love content. I'm going to encourage you to, but I get that content isn't immediate, right? Even if you start a YouTube channel today, it's probably going to take some time to build up your viewership. So I get it. What you can do then is actually leverage other people's audiences. I love going on podcast tours when I have something to promote, meaning I just reach out to podcasts or, join Facebook groups all about podcasting and look for opportunities where I think I could be a good guest. There are also tons of podcasting swap websites out there. Any good podcaster is going to ask you, what link would you like me to include in the show notes or to my email list or on my socials or wherever. So just make it your lead magnet. Don't get fancy with, hey, if they want to follow me here, or if they want to book me, or if they want to do this, just do it to your lead magnet. And then it's your job, once you get those emails, to convert them through your workflows and through your newsletters and actually get them to become a paying client. Of course, you can add this lead magnet to your link in bio on any of your social platforms like Instagram, TikTok, etc. And if content is not your thing, if you're not creating content anywhere, you don't want to be a podcast guest, you can always run Facebook ads to your form as well. So that landing page where people are going to sign up to get the lead magnet, run a Facebook ad to that website. Like I said, I have primarily grown my list organically, but I have tested this out just for a very small amount of money, like $20, and was able to see like 30 or so leads come in. So that can be something that you can try out if you are in a place where you just don't have content or need to generate more leads in a smaller amount of time. So that's what I've got. That is how you build an email list using lead magnets, and how I use Flowdesk to really do it all. So I'm going to leave their link down in the show notes for you to check them out. And I want to hear from you as well. Do you have a lead magnet in existence already? Do you have any tips for how you've been able to promote it? And if not, tell me about a lead magnet that you're looking to create. Did this episode spark anything, give you any ideas for a lead magnet that you should create? I'd love to support you along in that. And of course, I thank you for tuning into this episode and hanging out with me today. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.